Hi everyone, hope you are doing well from wherever you're watching this channel, depending on your time zone. Now, since the Deputy President William Ruto started his political career in 1992, then 1997 as a member of parliament, he has never survived out of the government. I mean, he has never been in opposition from all that time up to date. And the only time Ruto could have gone to opposition could have been in 2002 when he was supporting President Uhuru Kenyatta together with Musali Mudavadi. But remember, after that election, Uhuru went ahead to join President Mwai Kibaki government. So Ruto was not in opposition during 2002 formation of government. And the other time he was nearly going to opposition could have been in 2007. But unfortunately, through the Nusumukata government between President Mwai Kibaki and the ODM leader Raila Odinga, because that time Ruto was supporting Raila in ODM party, Ruto happened to find himself back in the government because there was a coalition government. And even he became a minister in that government. So really in Ruto's entire life, as a politician, he has always been in government. So Ruto understands all of this game very well. And now, he is attempting a new strategy on how he can become president in 2032 after Raila Odinga. And that is what I want us to discuss on this Punchline today. But before we go deep into that, I have a quick request. You might be watching this channel, but you have not yet subscribed. So my humble request, please consider subscribing so that any other time, once we release a video like this, you will always get notified. Again, to all our channel subscribers and anyone who drop comment, I must say thank you so much for your unconditional support. Again, I'm requesting you to give this video thumbs up so that YouTube will recommend a video to more viewers. Yesterday, I had requested you to subscribe to one of our another channel, and I'm so grateful that we got around 30 subscribers. So still today, I'm humbly requesting you to help me get the remaining 30 so that in the next time we can run ad on that video. Just check on the Kenya News K. That is the channel. So please subscribe to help us run ad in that channel. Otherwise, let us continue with our discussion. So there is something Ruto understands because he has worked closely with the deep state for this much long time. And the first reality that Ruto knows is that he will not become president in 2022. Because he has been reading the mind of the deep state very closely. And long time ago, he understood them. And he knows very clear that after this 2022 general election, in August, the ODM leader Raila Odinga will become his president. Ruto understands this very clear because he knows how the deep state operates. He understands very well that even Raila has been winning election, but through the deep state he has always been rigged out. But seemingly, this time around, they are not going to steal Raila Odinga's votes. Second thing that Ruto understands is that there's no one who has served as the deputy president, and in his first attempt to win power, he has emerged and took over power unless if someone has died in the scenario of maybe Mzee Daniel Toroitich Arap Moi when Kenyatta died. He also knows that beside being a deputy, there's no one in Kenya who has for the first time attempted for the presidency, and in the first attempt he has won that election, including President Uhuru Kenyatta. He tried in 2002. He never won. He went to opposition. And after that, he now won the election in 2013. That means 10 years later. So Ruto understands all of this game very well. So if there is anyone who still thinks that Ruto is competing with Raila Odinga to win presidency in 2022, I think that person is dreaming. What Ruto is doing is to focus in the future politics. And his target is in 2032. What he's doing right now is just to remain relevant in Kenyan politics when Raila will be serving as the president. Maybe for him, he will be watching in opposition as the opposition leader. Then in 2032, he can maybe try and present himself to the deep state to see if they can now give him a chance to serve as a president. Because remember, in Kenya, every time we vote, but those who count our vote are the one who determines who becomes the president. And if that was not the case, then we could have already have Raila Odinga as the president, and he could have retired well and good at home. So that is the reality on ground, something that Ruto understands better than any other person outside here. So Ruto knows that it might take the Kikuyu community about 20 years after President Uhuru Kenyatta for them again to see power. And so Mount Kenya region, for him, as he's focusing his mind there, he knows very clear that it might remain to be the swing vote region. And remember, that is the largest community or the highest population in Kenya, but in books. Because the truth on the ground is that Luyas could be having the highest population in Kenya, then followed by Kikuyu community, then Kalenjin, and then Luos. That is the truth. But because of the deep state interest and how they want to play with Kenya politics, they have always maintained that Kikuyu community is the largest with the highest population in the country. So after Raila Odinga will exit active politics, what Ruto knows that his close competitor might come from Western region and not Mount Kenya region, not Ukambani, not Nyanza region, but Western region. And that person might happen to be the ANC leader Musalia Mudavadi. So how is Ruto dealing with the issue of Musalia Mudavadi to make sure that when 2032 comes, Musalia Mudavadi might not be a strong candidate to face with him? He is doing a very simple job here to make sure that anyone who emerges in ANC party, he's dealt with that person by compromising that individual, even using his own resources to fund that person. Look at anyone who has worked closely with Musalia Mudavadi, a person who can help to bring change in the ANC party. Ruto has always run away with these people. So the question you should be asking yourself, why so? Someone like Eliud Owalo, who joined Musalia Mudavadi with good brain, Ruto took Eliud Owalo. After that, we had Barack Muluka, who had worked with Raila, then Musalia Mudavadi. What did William Ruto do? He went for Barack Muluka and some individuals within ANC party. After Barack Muluka, we have another individual, Nelson Harvey, who had joined ANC party. What did Ruto do? He went for Nelson Harvey. As we are talking now, Senator Cleophas Malala was an emerging leader in the Western region, especially when he was working closely with both Raila Odinga and Musalia Mudavadi. What did he do? He make Malala to hate Raila Odinga. Then in that way, he pulled him his side. So Musalia Mudavadi is remaining with people who are not that much active. So Malala now is on his way to William Samoei Ruto. The whole plan around here is to make sure that everyone who seemingly can help in ANC party strategically, or even a popular person, to exit or dump Musalia Mudavadi so that it will be seen everyone is leaving ANC party. That Musalia Mudavadi cannot manage his people and everyone is running to William Samoei Ruto. That is a perception he wants to create. Even if it will cost him his resources, he don't care about it. What he cares is how he will take power after Raila Amolo Odinga. Because Ruto understands very well that Western region has a good population. And this will be his stumbling block if they will have a strong candidate coming from that region. So I want to deal with this issue very careful as early as possible. And there are people who think that Ruto want to work with Musalia Mudavadi. I don't think so. In my view, Ruto is just looking for a way to destroy Musalia Mudavadi before 2032 so that he will not have a strong competitor during that time, or if there will be a strong competitor, he will not be coming from a large community that can give him headache. That is what he's working on. And you can see, he even make Musalia Mudavadi to feel that he can still distance himself from President Uhuru Kenyatta and ODM leader Raila Odinga, then still think he can win election in Kenya. How, really? You need support. You need deep state. You need numbers. And you need resources. How will he manage this? Because I know now Musalia Mudavadi has been out of the government for a long time, in as much he can still have some resources. Though, seemingly he's not even using that resource to mobilize for his own ANC party. So, Musalia Mudavadi feel that, you see, when he has been distanced himself from the president, from Raila, now he's in Oka. My question is, what if Kalonzo Musyoka jump to Azimio because he can go there? And seemingly Gideon Moi is deep in Azimio. It means Musalia Mudavadi can remain alone in One Kenya alliance. And therefore ANC can just fill a candidate on ballot. And in that way, I don't think if ANC can make any impact in 2022 general election, it can only be possible if One Kenya alliance is together, maybe they can force a runoff. Then in that way negotiate with Azimio side and form the government. So Ruto is working on a way to kick Musalia Mudavadi out of active politics by taking anyone who can bring a change or more influence to the ANC party and trying to make sure that he's distancing Musalia Mudavadi from Raila and President Uhuru Kenyatta. I don't know what you think about this, but that's my view. Otherwise, let us meet in the comment section where we can have a continuation of this conversation. Otherwise, thank you so much for listening to me up to this far. May good God bless you and see you in our next video.